Over the past year, there have been significant developments, yet ongoing uncertainties over removal of open net pen salmon farming in British Columbia. So here's a quick snapshot to get you up to speed. From 2022 to early 2023, Fisheries and Oceans Canada, DFO, worked with Indigenous communities, the provincial government, industry representatives, and the public to create a framework for transitioning away from open net pen salmon aquaculture in British Columbia. The transition plan has not yet been finalized, but is expected to be implemented progressively with a target of 2025 to complete the transition. In a recent National Post column, John Ivison highlights a significant conflict with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's cabinet over the renewal of salmon farming licenses in British Columbia, reflecting broader tensions between environmental and economic priorities. Here are some of the events that have led to that insight. In 2023, Diane Laboutière replaced Joyce Murray as Fisheries Minister in a midterm cabinet shuffle by Trudeau. Murray, known for her environmentalist stance and efforts to close open net salmon farms, was replaced, likely to balance environmental concerns with economic needs of Indigenous communities and the aquaculture industry. This shift aims to find a more balanced approach amid judicial reviews of Murray's decisions. Laboutière supports renewing the licenses for 8 to 10 years to allow a gradual transition to more sustainable systems that reduce interactions between wild and farmed salmon. However, eco-activist ministers, including Energy Minister Jonathan Wilkinson, advocate for an immediate shutdown of open net pen salmon farms, citing concerns about sea lice harming wild salmon. The stakes are also high for Indigenous communities who rely heavily on aquaculture for economic stability and job creation. First Nations have been actively lobbying for a balanced approach that allows continued operations with improved technologies to improve environmental impacts. Complicating matters further, Canada's Integrity Commissioner has launched an investigation into allegations that senior federal fisheries officials may have seriously breached the values and ethics code for the public sector and a policy by silencing scientists involved in research related to the threat of open net fish farms to Pacific salmon. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau faces a significant dilemma over the renewal of salmon farming licenses in British Columbia. This division within the cabinet highlights a broad tension between environmental protection and economic development. Trudeau may have to arbitrate the final decision, but must balance these conflicting interests while avoiding a split within his cabinet and caucus. The Prime Minister, as of late, has tended to take the path of least resistance, but in this case is far from clear if there even is one. If you're not already, be sure to subscribe to our 3-Minute Market Insight to stay tuned for further updates. Thank you for joining me for the Tradex Foods 3-Minute Market Insight. This is Robert Ryerson reminding you to buy smart and eat more seafood.